Hello and welcome to the Dr. Hassan Mustafa Sports Hall in Cairo, Egypt, and day two in the third IHF Wheelchair Handball World Championship. Coming up very shortly, it's preliminary round, a Group B match between the hosts Egypt and India, who are coming out onto court now. Paul Bray here with you for this game. Well, earlier this afternoon, Portugal beat Chile 2-0, and that will guarantee them top spot. Egypt can no longer finish on top, but India could pip them to the post in that second spot. India need to win, but in 2 sets, because if the match goes to a third deciding set, the losing team would get a point, and that would be enough to ensure that Egypt still finish second. So it should be a lot at stake here. These two teams met 2 years ago here in Egypt at the last World Championships of four-a-side wheelchair handball. Egypt won 2-0 on that occasion, 2 sets of 10 minutes. And if the teams each win a set, then it goes to a third deciding set, a 5-minute set. Can't have a draw in any of the sets. So in the first 2 sets, it goes to gold initially, then a shootout. If it's in the final set, straight to a shootout. They're the staff of the Indian team. Anand Mane is the head coach. The right-hand side, the Indian coach with all his support staff. Player to look out for them, Javed Chowdhury. But he's had a mixed tournament so far, just 4 goals. Well, for Egypt, look out for Talat, who's on 14 goals so far, their top scorer. The referees for the match, Isabel Campo Barbero of Spain, Flavio Carvalho of Portugal. Before we start, it's time for the national anthems. Egypt first. So Egypt so far with a win against Chile 2-0 on the opening day, and then they were beaten earlier today by Portugal, the six-a-side wheelchair handball world champions. It was 2-1. It went to a third set, very tight indeed on that one. While for India, 2 defeats so far, 2-0 against Portugal and then 2-1 against Chile. They took them to a third set, but missed out. It did give them at least a point for taking the match to a third set. The only meeting between these two teams then 2 years ago with an Egypt 2-0 win on that occasion. A match where India need to win, and they need to win in 2 sets. If it goes to a third set, then Egypt will get that extra point that will put them out of reach. So we are just about set to go. A lot of the scoring for Egypt coming via Magdi Talat, 14 goals so far, 5 of them 2-pointers. Mohamed Hassab, 7 goals, 1 of them a 2-pointer. Most of the goals are worth just 1 point. But if you score after 360 rotation, where you spin the wheelchair all the way around and shoot, that's 2 points. In the centre there is the Minister of Youth and Sport for Egypt, Dr. Ashraf Sobi, with to the left, Dr. Hassan Mustafa, President of the International Handball Federation, who's and this arena is in fact named after Dr. Hassan Mustafa. Quite an honor for him. He's done a huge amount for international handball across the world during his time as president. So the final gathering of the teams. The Egyptian coach, Wael Ali, who was a junior world champion in '93, and was also captain of the Egypt team that won the beach handball world championships in 2004, and could, if they win here, become maybe the first person to win world championships in 3 different codes. Good player in his time, Wael Ali. He's on the right there in the white shirt. So second place at the moment, Egypt. They can't catch Portugal anymore. Portugal, who beat them this morning 2-1. But certainly a second place would keep them into a draw in the quarterfinals with the third place from Group A. Make life slightly easier for them. The countdown is on. So here we go then. And Egypt in the red, throw off against India in the light blue in this Group B preliminary round match at the 3rd IHF Wheelchair Handball World Championships here in Cairo. Nice pass, straight shot off the post, stays out. No touch by the keeper. It will be a throw-in for India. Portugal, who are top on 6 points, cannot be caught at the top of the group. Egypt on 3 points, Chile 2 points, and India 1. But if they win here with 2 sets, India, they would be level on points with Egypt. They would have the same goal difference, but they would have won the head-to-head. Well, a little bit of interference, and there wasn't too much that Ayat Ahmed could see. First goal goes to Ramavat, 9th of the tournament. It's technically listed as a goalkeeper on the Indian team list, but in reality, in wheelchair handball, players are needed to be versatile. So they start with Mohamed Hassab. And he has interfered with one of the Indian players trying to go back around the wheelchair, and that's a suspension for him. So it's a short-handed attack initially by India, but the suspension only lasts until the next turnover. So they are now back to full strength again, a rather wayward shot. Ramavat's two-pointer, the 360 spin, double dribble. Bounced the ball, picked it up, and then did it again. Goes for the long shot, and a couple of wayward shots again. Now by Egypt, rushing it a little bit. This time, Magdi Talat, their top scorer, 14 goals, 5 double pointers by the keeper. Comes out to help. Break is on, and the goalkeeper still coming out to offer a little bit of support. Double dribble, empty goal. She's out of position. Spins. Will he get the two? Oh, overbounced it. Well, Ali is happy at least with the intention. The execution, unfortunately, by Talat for the second time, he puts it over. He spun 360 to try and get the 2 points. Not by much. A wry smile by Wael Ali. Oh, break is on now. A little bit of pace required. Oh, he could have raced forwards, hesitated. He's drawn in 2 defenders. He wants to try and pass the ball. Now it's stolen. Egypt on the break. This is good play, and they're not going to catch him. Goes for the 2 points. Oh, and off the post to follow up, maybe. 360, and he's gone inside the area as he tried to spin to get the 2-point shot. The wheel touching the 6-meter line by the referee, Isabel Campo Barbero from Spain. And, they get one back now, Egypt. Quick pass down the court. Good defending by Egypt, putting him under a lot of pressure. And ball, 2 in front, can't do too much. Now there's a bit of space, goes for the 360. Oh, smuggled through. I think it may only have been given as 1 point. You've got to do it in the same movement, the spin and the shot. And it is only 1. Egypt on the break. Lets the ball dribble through, but misread it slightly. Had to go very wide. Now it's been caught by Rabi Hosni. Well, that's a good save. Ramavat with the save. Oh, he's carried the ball out carelessly. He's going to have to come back and take it again. He is switching at the moment. It's Jadav who's going in goal. Well, another mistake by India, and Egypt's aggressive defense pushing up deep. Steals the ball, nearly does it again, and that went straight back in. Struggling to find space as India push forwards, and that one is comfortably picked up by Ayat Ahmed in goal, the 21-year-old who plays for El Mokawaloon El Arab club, one of 7 players in the Egyptian team who remain from the team that took that bronze medal 2 years ago at the World Championships. And that scored on the near post, and now they are level. Talat. There was a good block on the line as well by Hosni. So from 3-1 up, India now find themselves 4-3 down. Goes for the spin shot. Well, they thought for a second they weren't going to get the 2-pointer. They do. That was clever play, but again a careless pass by India, making life difficult for themselves. Well, Ali looking anxiously on that. Now conceded 5 I beg your pardon, tall fly. So it's going to be a throw-in from the corner. The ball will stay with India. And very quickly, IHF Ahmed races back into goal. Now strayed a little bit off the line. Has to be on top of the line when making the pass. Good play. Did he manage to keep it in? Yes, but puts it out of play at the back. It'll be another throw-in from the corner. What a shame. But this very aggressive defence by Egypt is putting India under huge amount of pressure. They're not sitting back at all. They're right up in their faces. And in fact, they're going to switch to use the opportunity. And Talat has gone in goal. He's had a good save rate there. Made 5 saves with a 42% save rate. He switches. Ahmed comes out. One of the rules, in addition to the classification, they're not having more than 12 points classification players on court, is that you must have a female player on court at any one time. That's a nice break. What a play. And Talat, all the way from his goal, races up court. Taking a bit of a blow on his elbow in the process. It's a shot. Did he collide? Chose not to go for the 360. Maybe when he turned with the other wheelchair. A team timeout has been called by India as they find themselves now conceding 5 goals without reply. So far, so good for Egypt, looking to consolidate second place in this group. The other group at the moment sees Brazil sitting at the top, having won both their matches so far. They are in action at the moment against Japan in Group A. Looking to secure that top spot. Brazil, the defending champions who beat Egypt in the final 2 years ago in a 3-setter that went all the way to a shootout. Little bit of space, couldn't quite reverse, and very quickly they see the danger. Egypt come back and cover, and that's a great block. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a ball to India. Blocked by Magdi Talat, who seems to be absolutely everywhere on court for Egypt. Now it's a turnover. Egypt on the break, 3 against 2 at the moment. Decides not to go for the 2-pointer, and the shot, though, is well saved. Rabi Hosni. Radav had to come out and help the goalkeeper who just made that great save. He has to stay out because Egypt are so aggressive with their defending. Staying inside the Indian half. Now they finally managed to get past the halfway line. And it's Mansour, rather Chowdhury, who passes the line and switches direction. And another steal. And they've got so much more pace at the moment. Egypt goes for the 360 and near post. Brilliant. And Talat is single-handedly taking India apart here in this game. (8-3), and we have just over 1 minute remaining. Looks like Egypt are going to take the first set. No one covering at the moment. The other player staying at the back. And that's a good save again. IHF Ahmed, the 21-year-old. Timeout has been called now by Egypt.
سامي لازم تتحرك ماشي يلا ديك زي ما انت مجدي كملوا زي ما انت يلا واحد بس
Well, all the goals so far for Egypt in this half coming from Magdi Talat, number 55. Scored 6 goals, 2 of them 2-pointers. Really has had a tremendous match. The other side, we're well inside the last minute of this first set, looking on the end, and it's going to be a straight shot. That's a good save. Ramavat, the 3-year-old keeper who's playing his 15th international for India. India, who have the distinction of being the only team to have played in all 3 wheelchair world championships so far, 2-4 aside and the 1-6 aside 2 years ago as well. Finished 4th in the 6-a-side World Championships, 6th at the 4-a-side 2 years ago here in Egypt, and that's another turnover. The buzzer about to go, long-range shot, but it's all academic. It's a comfortable win in the opening set for Egypt, 8-3. Egypt in no mood to relinquish that second place and have a point to prove. The referees, Isabel Campo Barbero and Flavio Carvalho, in discussion in the centre, much for them to consider and keep an eye on with all the extra rulings, and with help from the table, of course, with the classification rules. Mentioned earlier that the players are all ranked. The classification based on their motoric capacity. They're ranked 1 to 4, and you can't have more than 12 classification players on court. If you lose a player through a suspension, it's then 9 points. So Egypt looking very dangerous here, but at the moment heavily dependent on Magdi Talat. India, although losing both their matches so far, do have a point by virtue of taking Chile to a 3rd set. Egypt then 7 out of 10 of the players were involved in those World Championships 2 years ago, while for India just 3 remain. A lot of new players coming in. Well, they took a 3-1 lead, and then after that it all went terribly wrong. Conceded 7 goals without reply.
لو انت رحت الاول قبله ورحت واقف هو خبط فيك بيتحسب فاول خلاص عارفين هو ده اللي انا عايز اعمله انتوا بتعملوا المستحيل واحسن من
last instructions for the teams. Second set about to begin. If Egypt win this, then it's going to be game over, 2-0 to Egypt. If India manage to come back and win this next set, then it will go to that third deciding set, a 5-minute set. Egypt, who have hosted it twice now. Team's about to come on, and looks like Egypt might be bringing on Tuba Magdi, number 44. He's a tough defender. And he's waiting at the back. Sometimes a little too hard, I'd say, almost. But either way, all four teams in both groups will go through to the quarterfinals on Friday. But obviously, the higher you finish, the better the draw for you. The winner plays the fourth place team from the other side. And of course, for India, if they lose this match, they will find themselves against the defending world champions Brazil, very likely in the quarterfinals. Ideally, something they would like to avoid. So we are just about set. In fact, Magdi won't come on just yet. So Egypt will go back to the play with Talat in goal, but he will go up in attack. They've changed Jadav, or rather Ayat Ahmed, for Abu Zaid, who is in defense at the moment, but will stay back when they win possession. Abu Zaid tries to block the ball. Talat couldn't stop that one. That's a nice goal for India. Maud Bat. First goal of the championship. So Talat now up in the attack, while Abu Zaid is at the other end in goal. Smuggled through, low shot. And Talat, still the only scorer for Egypt. Scored all their goals so far. 7 of them, 2 of them, 2-pointers. Jadav driving forwards, long-range effort by Chowdhury. India's most experienced player, 52 goals in 12 appearances for India. In fact, he was MVP at the six-a-side World Championship 2 years ago. So 1-1 it stays early on here. Different style of defense. India prefer to get back and wait inside their half. There's the block and there's the overlap, but the ball doesn't arrive. And the block a little too hard for the liking of the referees. The break is on. The long pass, though, intercepted by Anwar Ahmed, but unfairly, say the referees. We want the throw taken again anyway. There's the pressure from Egypt. It's effectively individual marking, really putting India under pressure, and they've stolen the ball on quite a few occasions. Well, goalkeeper came out, Jadav, and she offered that one, and Talat again on the mark. Cleverly played. And showing how this pressure by the Egyptians is really paying dividends for them. 2-1 up. Coming up to 2 minutes played in this set. Almost intercepted again. And they can barely get out of their own half at the moment, India. Ramavat coming around. It's gone all the way down, but under pressure, the ball has come off the player. Now the break is on for Egypt. Talat. Oh, beautifully done, and Talat again. It's a one-man show at the moment. 9 goals, all from Talat. Wheels around Ramavat beautifully. But that was the earlier goal when Ramavat would come out, and they steal it. It's inside the area, I think, by Talat, and it's going to be an Indian ball. The Egyptians very, very close. They will surely be asked to move back a little, 3 meters. And now the play can start. The goalkeeper, Jadav, has had to come out to help again. 36-year-old, playing her 15th international. Double dribble. There's an empty goal behind. Talat this time decides not to take it. Ramavat is there, and they've changed with Jadav coming out. And Chowdhury has gone in goal. The reality is, though, that any player could go in goal. Change as much as they like. Oh, beautifully done. Taken very quickly. Comes off the post. Talat tries to do a 360. But there was movement by Jadav to block his spin. And that's going to be a suspension for Jadav and a penalty for Egypt. She's adjudged to have rammed into him. Well, there she is. A collision. You're allowed to block, but she went into him. So Talat will take a penalty, and that's worth 2 points. They'll take it all back. No suspension given. Jadav stays on, but a penalty is given. Ramavat has gone back in goal. Well, the referees say no. Take it again. I think he shot too quick. He's got to wait for the whistle. And so it's back as you were. Egypt looking to make a substitution. There's a bit of a discussion going on. Talat, what a amazing play he is. Plays for Korfakan. 52 goals for Egypt before this championship started. He scored 14 coming into this match. And he scored another 9 here today. Here we go. And scores again. His 10th goal. 13 points scored. 2 of them were 360 and 1 a penalty. That's going to be a free throw for Egypt as the pressure tells again, and a mistake by India. Quickly taken. Hassab wants to go forwards. Talat comes around the outside. Tries to decide which side has the better block at the moment as Hassab goes around again. Goes into space. The ball does come to him now. Straight shot. And Talat. What a performance. 11 goals. All of Egypt's points in this game so far coming from the hand of Magdi Talat, the 28-year-old. No chance there for Ramavat. Timeout taken, and since being 3-1 up early in the first set, they went on to lose 8-3 They've only scored the once since then, as Egypt leads 6-1. At the moment, it is looking very much like Egypt are going to take the points here as well. So play will resume. We've got about 5 minutes remaining. And India struggling with this very deep and aggressive defence by Egypt, and Talat's incredible shooting skills. And again, the ball is stolen. 11 from 15 scored by Talat. Ball pushed away, but quick recovery. And another goal. It seems the unstoppable Magdi Talat. Twelfth goal. Well, he is absolutely helping himself left, right and centre here. Talat again. Seems that finally Talat gets a break, and on comes Tuba Magdi in his place. With Hassab and Issam. That was a little bit of luck for India. They need it. Can he pick it back up again? Knocked away. No luck there, unfortunately. Ramat is having to race back now as forward come Egypt. Coming up to 6.5 minutes played in this second set. On a space, goes for the straight shot and misses with that. Magdi Mahmoud. Going to be a free throw, though. The ball was recovered from inside the area by one of the Indian players, and so it's a free throw for Egypt. Bit of space. Oh, it's a good save. This time straying inside the area, Mohamed Hassab, and it's a turnover. The ball goes to India. And just for once, they've managed to get themselves away, but unfortunately, miscontrolled ball by Patagundi means another turnover and another break for Egypt. Ball sent back again. Double dribble, though, by Tuba Magdi, number 44. And there was a double dribble. Picked it up and then bounced again. They are allowed also, when moving with the ball, to carry it for 3 seconds on their lap. Long range shot, and finally they get another goal. And it's Javed Chowdhury, the captain. Into the line, that's good play. It's going to be a penalty, and it is a suspension this time. So India will be short-handed until the next turnover, which in reality will be very quick because it's going to be a penalty. He drives into him. There's the foul by Patagundi. Can block, but you cannot drive into, which is what he did there and also catches his arm. Mohamed Hassab puts it wide. May have got a touch on the ball, Chowdhury. He made one save so far in the competition, and a slightly rushed attack by India comes to nothing. Ball put back in play by Zara Abu Zaid. And we're into the last 2 minutes of this set.
Suspension between number 5 and from Team India.
We've got a trip, and we've got another suspension. I think this time it may be Kachi, who's only just come on. Just drove into... Yes, well, not sure it was ill-intentioned, it was just clumsy, but he cut across him and caught him. Kachi is off. He can come on after the next turnover. Oh, good save again. And Ramavat, who's replaced Chowdhury in goal, makes the save, but the pass down the court, too long. And Abu Zaid can sit and watch the chase, and it's going to be her ball to put back in play again. We're well inside the last minute. And so Egypt, with this win, will confirm their second place in the group behind Portugal, while India will stay rooted to the bottom. Oh, misunderstanding. I think that Rabi Hosni thought he was putting the block on for Hassab to come through. He misunderstood and thought he wanted the ball back. Ramavat now is going to go up on the attack. Dummies the shot, just caught the wheel. And there goes the buzzer. And it is another win for Egypt. 8-2 in this set. They win the match 2-0 against India. And so they will confirm that second place behind Portugal. Chile then stay in third place with India in fourth in this group. The quarter-final places not quite certain or determined at the moment, as we wait for the final result in the other group, where Brazil are playing Japan. But it seems that they may well be playing against the Japanese, quite possibly, but that will depend on the other result, and don't want to try and preempt that. Well, in fact, it does look like Brazil have won 2-0 against Japan, and so that will confirm it. Egypt will play Japan in the quarterfinals in 2 days' time. India will play Brazil, the defending champions. So for Dr. Ashraf Subi, the Minister of Youth and Sport, nice to see his team win another match there, as he bids farewell to Dr. Hassan Mustafa of the IHF, with Egypt taking the plaudits here. Good run by them. Their only defeat was a setter this morning against Portugal, the six-a-side world champions. That's not a bad result for them. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the matches. It's a day off tomorrow, but we're back with quarterfinals and semi-finals on Friday. Hope you can join us then. But now, from me, Paul Bray, thanks for watching, and goodbye.
انت اوريدي ما بتخليش الفرقه الثانيه تخش عندك في نص ملعبك، لكن لما بنسيب الدنيا بتبقى عدم تركيز. برافو عليك، برافو عليك. فكر في اللي جاي بعد كده.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين، إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. 1 2 3